What it do, CFC crew? We're here with another reaction video for you guys, and today we're reacting to True Geordies disrespecting Werner in front of the former assistant management, Jody Morris. Now, if you guys haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that bell as well once you subscribe. And we do weekly streams, we do previews, reviews, and watch-alongs for nearly every single Chelsea game. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So this video happened on True Geordies podcast. Now, I actually used to watch True Geordie quite a bit. I think back in like 2019, 2018, during those KSI days, and when he was the boxing commentators and all that. But yeah, I've slowly stopped watching him, not because I dislike him, just because I've been starting to watch other people. But no disrespect to True Geordie. But in this video here, they talk about Werner, and they mention Werner and how he's just been very bad in front of the assistant coach Jody Morris. So we're gonna watch this whole thing, and then we're gonna give a reaction. The video's about a minute and a half long, so let's watch it now.
And then you see the performances that you've seen from some of the players.
Yeah.
Is there an element where you go, I wish you would have put a shift in for us, you pricks? you know what I mean, though? A little bit. Because I would feel like that. I'm like...
I think every manager must think that.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, I think sometimes you just got to applaud some of the performances after, whether it be individual or as a team. Sometimes a little uptake in, I don't know, a change of manager. Sometimes a formation change might suit certain players better. But listen, as I said, I've never watched a Chelsea game since and gone, oh, why wasn't you doing this? Why wasn't you doing that? Certainly, they're... To
be fair, Timo Werner still shit. So.
is it me?
On you, Joe, yeah.
Oh, it really is weird how he just can't, like...
I saw him last night.
Do it. Yeah. What do you see him?
At the NBA thing I went to.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the sport for him.
Maybe. Well, although
good dribbler.
Someone genuinely went, maybe you should try the basketball thing over there, and someone went, it's a shooting thing. I was like, wow.
Yeah. It's a much smaller target as well.
Yeah.
He's potentially going to go down in history for Chelsea as one of those flops.
Yeah,
Nah,
bro.
He'll be on that
He
list.
scored in a Champions League semi-final. Call me a flop, but I don't mind if I'm a flop with a Champions League.
Also, if you go back as a flop to Germany and you can play for Dortmund for a little while and enjoy the rest of your life, it's not bad.
He's a flop in terms of if you're expecting him to be a goal-scoring striker, but he's not a flop. I think he was very crucial in what Tommy Tickles did.
Tuchel does seem to know a little bit better how to sort of get the best out of his...
Wow, okay, I thought that was going to keep going, but that's pretty much it. I was actually really excited to see what Jody was going to respond to that, but I guess he didn't. But wow. Like, I don't know if you guys saw Jody's face, but man, like, look at his face here. Like, when they were just like, he's just instantly changing the topic. Like, this is very high disrespect to Jody Morris here. I mean, I think this guy, I don't know who this guy in him right here, I think his name's Adrian. He read the room perfectly. I mean, disrespect or not, I think he's a United fan, but yeah, he definitely read it right. This guy here is an absolute, like, clapped guy. I don't know what he's on about, really, because this man he's saying, oh, at least Tuchel's done better in transforming the team and better like that, and he was gonna keep going. Probably was gonna disrespect Jody more, which is quite, quite out of the blue. You will see him disrespecting a former coach of the club who coached Timo Werner, who brought Timo Werner to Chelsea or had played a part in bringing him to Chelsea. So I feel like it was a very high disrespect, even coming from True Geordie, who mentioned that. He didn't need to mention Werner in any circumstances at all. Like, to be honest, Werner is not a flop for Chelsea as much as other players were. I think now, because the media's narrative towards Werner was that he misses, and because that he misses, just the Twitter response goes up. Our fans just keep bagging him, and it's kind of become a sense of a meme. But no one and the media don't recognize that how much else he's done for Chelsea. His goal contributions, his off-the-play ball, his runs, his assists. Like, he had, I think, the most goal assist contributions for Chelsea last season. He didn't score every shot he took, which was very disappointing. That's what a lot of Chelsea fans are very upset about. But we've got to take into consideration his other performances did. And he came in and he won the Champions League with us. I mean, he helped us win the Champions League. I think his name's Adrian. I must say Adrian said that, you could be a flop, but then you could win the Champions League. Like, half. Like, True Geordie here is a Newcastle fan. They don't know what the UCL looks like. Even, I don't know who the guy next to Adrian follows, but I mean, probably a Tottenham fan. I'm not sure, because they probably never smelled the UCL in their life. But people don't understand how hard it is to win a UCL and twice. But I don't know. It makes sense from Royal fans to bag him, but not to bag him this much. And the idiot Rory Jennings obviously doesn't say anything like usual. Just sits there. Look at him. He just sits there agreeing, letting Jody take their heat while this guy's agreeing with the other like a fucking sheep, absolute sheep. He should definitely just be there supporting Jody. Definitely, like you like Werner or no, you should be supporting him. Like this again. This is not. It is, I guess, a football related show, but again, they're playing poker. Like. It's still your club. You're letting other people disrespect your club in front of a former manager, like assistant manager. Like that's something that you're never gonna probably get ever to see. Imagine playing poker with an assistant manager at Chelsea, your club that you've been supporting for years. Like I'm gonna be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of Loftus-Cheek. You know, I've never really been a big fan. But if people disrespect him, I'm gonna come out and obviously back him. I put the club in front of the player first. Like you could say, you know, oh, if you hate Werner and the guy goes, oh, Werner's shit. You're not gonna sit there and agree with him. If you do, then you're not a real fan. Then you're putting the players in front of the club. The club always comes first. The player comes second. You support the club. You support the club's players who's currently there and what they've done to the club. And you got to recognize what he's done. Look at Werner. Look what he's done last season. In my opinion, I think he's done absolutely fantastic, to be honest. I mean, just take away, you know, his goals. Like we brought him in to score goals, but then we realized halfway through the season he's not a goal scorer. I think there's a lot of improvement he needs. This season he's been a little bit better. Not the best though. Not to the expectation we're hoping. But there's other flops that no one's talking about. Matt had a bit of a little curve. Ziyech is not performing at all, and I absolutely love Ziyech. But the truth hurts. Ziyech has been horrendous, and I want Ziyech to set the club, but he's been horrendous. Havertz hasn't been good at all. There's a lot of players who haven't been good, but a lot of people always target Werner because of the media's narrative and what they portray about Werner. They don't look at the other side and the goods about him. It's just the bads, because the bads get more clicks from the rival fans. While when the goods, they only get clicks from the Chelsea fans. So I think ultimately it's a bit of disrespect. And again, read the room, look at the room. Jody Morris isn't you see here like the disrespecting Werner, and then
is it me?
Like he obviously wants to just change the topic because he's that's a former player of his. He coached him. Obviously, he's gonna have a great connection with him. He's not gonna talk bad about a player that he managed. So I think these guys got to read the room a little bit more. I mean, it's just obvious. Like again with Rory as well, you don't want to disrespect your own player. If you're a real Chelsea fan, you will put the club in first, and you're like, hang on, yes, he may be bad, but there's the assistant manager right there. What's the assistant manager's thoughts about it? Like he never really gave his definition of it, and then obviously I think he said at the start.
Performances that you've seen from some of the players is I would pricks. I mean, no, a little bit, because I would feel like that. I'm like,
I think every manager must think that.
Yeah,
when
you know what I mean.
Yeah, listen, I think sometimes you just got to applaud some of the performance.
That's why I was saying that he's applauding the performances and how he hasn't said about any Chelsea players like do this because he's realised how well Tuchel's done. Now, if a former assistant manager comes out and says Tuchel's doing a good job at Chelsea, he's making use of all the players, I would have to agree with them, because obviously he knows more than all of them do combined. All of them do combined. So I think he's getting a lot of disrespect here for what he's. I mean, they can obviously have their opinion, but at the end of the day, Jody was right next to Werner, coached Werner for a season or half a season, knows how he plays, and he's saying that Tuchel's done an amazing job bringing him up. And again, we're gonna not forget that we're still top of the league. We versed the hardest teams. We're out of form. We still won the Champions League. We're still going hard in Europe. Like, people don't understand, don't respect Chelsea. They really just don't respect Chelsea. It's like the referees don't respect Chelsea. Royal fans don't respect Chelsea. If there's a Liverpool at the top, they're like, oh, look at Liverpool, unbelievable. Take away the United game, they've really only played Chelsea, and with that game we had 10 men and we still nearly won. So again, ultimately I'm going to end off here. I don't want to keep it too long, but I think the disrespect in this room was horrendous to Jody Morris. I think he deserves a lot more respect. Rory, who's a Chelsea fan, should be backing him up. He's an absolute twat for not saying anything. The other guys, obviously they're Royal fans. They can have more of a say than Rory, but Rory watches Werner week in, week out. He knows how much he provides to the team. He should be saying something. Jody does not deserve the disrespect, but I think ultimately they just got to read the room. Just read the room, guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys next time.